Hi, welcome to the Talker and the Listener podcast. You're with me, the talker, and
I guess that's me, the listener, Topaz.
because I talk.
I know, listen. Unfortunately.
It's who you are.
I am a listener by trade.
People talk at you,
Yeah.
and then you listen, and they feel like you care about what they have to say, and that's why everyone likes you.
Can I just correct? Because actually sometimes I do care about what people say.
Okay, well, they still feel like you. I guess I was insinuating.
Yeah. Basically, I hear you. I'm listening to you. If you are asking for advice, I would like to give that to you.
You sound like you're in a fucking sales promo.
I hear you.
I hear you. I listen to you.
I see you as a person.
Your aura is important to me.
I see you for more than who you are and what you can be.
Pay $29.99 for my book, I will fit in a 1 hour session with you on Zoom.
I mean, yeah. That's the aim. If I could, that's basically what Oprah does.
I live with you, so like.
That's actually what Oprah does.
It's like when you have a kid and you're like, well, they're kind of a little fucking asshole, but I think like you do. When I did first meet you, I was like, oh, she does seem to genuinely care and listen.
I'm an asshole. How?
Because I've just seen all the sides to you. You know, I've lived with you. You can be a little shit. There's like some bad personality traits.
That's called being a human. That's called being a human.
Yeah, so why are you getting so riled that I've said, like, pointed them out? That's all. I'm just saying, like, you're not perfect and everyone thinks you're perfect. That's all I'm saying. Like,
okay, that's fair. And that's because not everybody knows me.
Yeah, because, like, yeah. But I'm saying, like, yeah. I'm just saying, you know, I'm not trying to... Oh, don't play that. Like, you know, it happens. People are left with certain people.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, everyone's been stuck with a weirdo at a party before. So, like, come on, we've all been in that boat. You need to just, like, if you want to get really drunk and be really brash, you can escape somehow. It happens. It happens, you know? So, stop acting like, you know, you're the victim. Just saying. You know, we're going off topic, but, like, yeah. No, they are, you're like, stop picking your fucking nails. I can hear it.
Comfortable.
Yeah, I can hear it.
It's comfortable for me. Okay,
well,
fine.
Do it, but just try and do it silently.
Okay.
Because it might get picked up on this, and then, you know, it's just...
No, actually, no, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I'll do something else. It's fine.
You can do it, but just be quieter. See? Anyway. Where we going?
You really don't need any additional tests.
Yeah.
But tell everyone why.
Well, I was just thinking,
what does
like,
test mean?
You just sound like, I was like, I just sound like a dick and the controlling one. And you know what? Maybe I am, but like, it's fine. Like, that's just odd. I don't know.
That is kind of our...
but like, thing is, like, she's
which is interesting, because I didn't see that coming completely.
Yeah, but you're someone who, like, is almost like, but thing is, like, there's other responsibilities and traits that come with being like that, and you just don't have them. Like you don't want to take charge. You don't want to make a decision. You almost like it works, you know. Someone that I hate, like, you know, coming across as like egotistical or anyone tries to be in charge. I don't want to be like that. But like, I'll be honest, like there's situations where someone needs to take control and you just don't take control, or you panic, or like, do you know? I'm just trying to justify my behavior.
Yeah, and you should justify it because I think. Yeah, one of my traits is that I'm very easygoing. I'm happy to go with the flow, but by doing that, I'm very indecisive because I'm honestly cool with whatever, as long as it's outdoors. And it's...
Well, the thing is, where I grew up, like,
fun.
like making mistakes or not growing, like making mistakes or not making a decision can lead to really disastrous consequences. Like, my parents were like you'd fear for like having the shit beaten out of you, or like just feel like you're gonna get killed or something, you know. And that was like so for me, I've seen indecision and all of that, and like it's really dangerous. And also, well, that's not also like, if you resolve something and fix it, I like making a decision, you know. I make a good decision, I feel, but even if it's the wrong one, I think sometimes it's better to act than sit on it for a month. Do you know what I mean?
That's fair, and I understand where you're coming from.
I would rather dive in and get burned a bit.
Completely different background.
Yeah, like, but all your family are a bit more like that, and I find it a bit divery, not to be mean.
No, it is very divery.
And
we lack communication.
Well,
we are not good with communication, and we're very like, shall we do this? Shall we do that? I don't know. It is a lot. And actually, a lot of the time, I'm the person that ends up deciding it because everybody else is so indecisive.
Well, they must be.
But they're so indecisive.
That's what I mean. They must be really indecisive.
Yeah, because it pisses me off. It pisses me off. So then I end up just going, why don't we just do this, and then we'll do this, and then we'll do that, and that's everybody sorted.
Thing is,
and that's
I don't want to be a leader. I'm not someone who tries to be a leader. Like, and I only jump in and make a decision when people are being unsure. And as soon as I make the choice, I want someone else to lead. Like,
yeah.
You know, I'm not trying to be a leader. I just hate indecision. I hate waiting. And just like, for me, more damage gets caused with the diveriness and lack of communication and not knowing. There needs to be, even I want to put something out there, just be like, hey, let's fucking do this, because I want people, and some people are too scared to say it. I don't get that, but I want to say that, hey, let's do that. And then someone can say yes or no, or I like that. Do you know, sometimes it's better to put something out there and then it can be criticised and then we get closer to an answer. Because for me, I don't care about, like, if someone's like, that's a shit idea, but I like this. I'd rather get to the final destination good spot, even if I've said 99 shit ideas. It doesn't bother me.
See, it bothers me.
Yeah, see,
and it bothers me. It bothers me because of people's reactions.
Yeah.
Like, they're not as, like, if someone says a shitty idea, then I'm very much like, oh, I'm not entirely sure about that. I don't go any further than that. I'm like, oh, I'm not entirely sure on that, and then I park it. Like, I don't go any further. But I feel like, but that's what my response is to a situation. But I don't think everybody necessarily responds in the same way. And so, like, I've had situations in the past when I've said that to mates and, like, they've responded really weirdly, and then I'm like, oh, well then fuck it then. I'm just not gonna not gonna do it.
You know what?
I'm not gonna suggest another thing because, like, you fucking jumped
down
my throat, and then I'd just be done. I'd be like, then you decide what you want to do. Simple.
No, I worked something out really interesting at this, actually. I think guys can be a bit more, like, less agreeable. It is proven, but it's not, like, significant. Anyway, my point I'm trying to make is, like, I think people who are too scared about upsetting and saying the wrong thing, because that's how they are, when they do say it or when they do have to say it, it comes across in the wrong way and they build it up too much. But for me, because it's natural and it's how I am, it's not taken as badly. And also, I think people who don't do it all the time don't know how to say it. Like, I've met a lot of agreeable people and they finally have to be disagreeable. They go OTT, they do it the wrong way. But when I'm being disagreeable, you have to come at it in a nice way, and you have to be like, okay, well, I think that's great, but I think for this reason, this is impractical. Like, oh, this location is like 2 hours from the beach, or like, I do it for a reason, and that's what people don't understand. Some people do it from frustration or bad places. I do it from genuinely trying to get the best outcome, and people see that and they appreciate it. And I don't think people, and they know it's not coming from a bad place, and that's why people let me say what I want and don't mind too much.
I agree.
I don't think I actually upset people.
I think, like, when I've gone on holiday in the past and, like, mates have been like, oh, can we go and do this? I'm like, honestly, no, because that's not my jam, but you guys go off and do what you want to do, honestly, and that's absolutely fine, and they register it and they hear it and they move on. So yeah, maybe it's based on, like, expression also, and how you come. Like, if you are being agreeable and you actually do have, if you have an opinion and you're honestly being like, you're silencing your own opinion to please other people. Yeah. Then that's that's not being agreeable. That's kind of being a pushover. That's a different thing.
No, it is, like, being agreeable. That's the definition of agreeableness.
I'd interpret it that differently. I would honestly say I'm agreeable, but I'm not a pushover. If I really don't want to do something, then I won't do it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and that's because you're not fully agreeable. It's like a level.
I don't think anybody is 100% agreeable. There will be certain things that they won't be agreeable on.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying the fact that I don't know, yeah, you do stand your ground sometimes and you do have strong opinions about certain things, but I think like it's very complex. So when I try and like work out what agreeableness is, like I don't know if it's like I don't know. I think you're probably more agreeable day to day and on average than I am, right? But it doesn't.
And I think that's needed.
No, but it doesn't mean that you are never disagreeable. But you're more agreeable than me. But do you see what I mean? It's a linear.
No,
it's
yeah,
one
and
to,
I completely
it's 1 to
understand
100%.
Yeah.
And I'm saying like you're not. But there are some people that are so fucking agreeable, they'll almost give up everything.
But then they will end up in an absolute. And
we know people.
Then,
no.
But then you've got extremes. Like if you're too disagreeable, no one would ever want to be around you. And if you're too agreeable, then you're probably just going to end up snapping. So you can't have like. But then you also can't have like two mostly disagreeable and sometimes agreeable people in a relationship. I just don't see how that would work.
I think when they describe the 5 personality traits and agreeableness, I think there's more to it, because just because you're agreeable or disagreeable, I don't think it means you're a good or bad person. Like my dad is disagreeable and he's a cunt. He's a dick, right? And I'm arguably more disagreeable, but I'm actually not a dick.
Yeah.
So there's obviously something else going on there. Like what I mean is like if you wouldn't be with someone who's just as agreeable or disagreeable as me, but is a dick. And I think there's something that's not being measured there.
And I think it's openness. Are you disagreeable and are you being open? Because you can be disagreeable, but disagreeable can be interpreted as this.
It's openness.
By being disagreeable, you're very sure on your own stance, which is never a bad thing. You're very sure of where you are, but you're open what you to think. Things. Yeah, exactly. And you say what you think, and that is what you think.
And you just be honest.
But whereas being agreeable, like once again, positive interpretation could be like, you know what, you're agreeable. You allow people to express their opinions in that space. You do interpret them and you chat it through with them. And then I suppose that's openness.
Oh, because you said this is agreeableness.
But then agreeableness is kind of like accepting the fact that someone else
agreeableness isn't about accepting. From what I've heard, is like we all have our own opinions, and I think like when people are in groups and like, oh yeah, I totally agree, when they don't, that's agreeableness. It's about how much you say. And there's some people that are like really disagreeable but really unlikable. And there's some people that are disagreeable and likable. And I think that, like you said, openness is one, and maybe extroversion. Like there's people, because when you speak to I speak to some people at work, and they're all, I don't want to insult autistic people, but like they're almost like very like blunt and really rude, and they're like a bit like, they seem like they're a bit on the spectrum. I'm not saying they are. I don't think they are, but like they're very like almost like, oh yeah, I'm better than you. This is how it is. And I'm not like that, but I'm disagreeable. But they're just rude for no reason. I would never be rude to anyone for no reason. But if someone asks me what I think 9 times out of 10 I'll say it. So it's a very complex. So maybe I'm not that disagreeable. I care about people. I don't want to be rude to them for no reason. But like if someone's, do you know what I mean? You can deliver it in a nicer way. It's very like I agree,
but I do think you come across as quite blunt sometimes.
I do.
Yeah,
okay.
100%.
Okay, because
like you would literally say like, if we was to write a book based on your speech, a lot of it would be like punchy,
right?
One sentences.
Okay, well maybe
delivering your thoughts or your opinions on a fact. I'd say you're quite blunt.
So maybe I don't appreciate how I come across.
Yeah, you don't beat around the bush.
No, I'm saying maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't. How I think I'm coming across isn't how I'm actually coming across.
Yeah.
I'm saying like maybe I'm misunderstanding. Because in my head.
That's fair.
Well, okay. Well, it's not fair if it's something I should be aware of. But I think I'd like to think I know what I'm doing most of the time.
I think you do.
Yeah, like.
Which is why it's shocking that you feel like you're not blunt. Because I feel like you have a very good sense of how you come across.
I think
and what you're saying and what you're doing and the impact it might have on people.
I think I know.
And now I'm picturing you up to be like a path, like a type of path, which you're not. But what I'm saying is that you have a very good understanding of yourself.
Well, I just know the limits.
Yeah.
I know what I can say, and I know what's too far and what's not, and like